Welcome to Cruise1st Luxury Collections. Come and take a seat in our concierge lounge where you can relax and watch the world of luxury travel come to you. These are getaways with more time, more space, more inclusions and a cut above a regular cruise holiday. Now, Cruise1st have been in the ocean travel business now for over 25 years, and in that time we've built unrivaled relationships with cruise and river travel providers around the world. And we matchmake these immersive holiday journeys to our guests who like to enjoy all the finer things in life. So let's indulge in nothing but elevated travel. Let's see the world in true style and enjoy the finest journeys, service and experience. Our dedicated team of travel experts are with you every step of the way, unlocking the highest quality at impressive prices. This show will bring the journey alive and will call on leading experts in the industry and get you the very best recommendations. Coming up in this edition, we're enjoying the laid-back luxury of Azamara cruises, where the heart of their small ship luxury is the immersion in the destinations, with longer to enjoy the boutique itineraries and a number of magical inclusions on their sailings, which really do unlock unique experiences around the world. Nicola Singleton joins me from Azamara for a new selection of exciting itineraries, heading to immersive destinations in Africa, the Caribbean, ancient Egypt, the Greek Isles and many more. Once again, we'll also be calling on leading cruise journalist Jane Archer to give us her experience of this boutique cruising experience with Azamara. Remember, you can call our travel concierge team at any time through the show for more information. We're just a free call away. Let's start with a taste of life on board.
Discover a world of refined luxury and unparalleled exploration with Azamara Cruises. Designed for curious travelers seeking authentic connections, Azamara's boutique-style ships bring you closer to the world's most stunning destinations. From timeless cities to hidden gems, each journey features thoughtfully crafted itineraries that include overnight stays and extended time in port, allowing you to immerse yourself in the local culture, cuisine and traditions. On board, enjoy the perfect blend of elegance and comfort with personalized service, world-class dining and enriching programs. Every detail is designed to elevate your travel experience. From intimate onboard spaces to curated cultural experiences, Azamara Cruises ensures every moment is unforgettable. So set sail on a voyage like no other and let Azamara take you beyond the expected, creating memories that last a lifetime.
Oh gosh, it all looks wonderful, doesn't it? And I can promise you some amazing price tags too for your adventures. So let's welcome back Nicola Singleton from Azamara Cruises. Nicola, it's great to see you again.
Good to be back.
And so soon as well, because we have, from our previous show, things just went crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised at all, because people are looking for that next level experience, aren't they?
Yeah, small ship experience.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's the future, isn't it? Well, actually, it's very much the present. You know, the people that know really know, don't they? And they go back and do again.
Yeah.
We just need to shake everybody else into...
Yeah, just shake them into come small ship and then they'll stay with small ship.
So let's overview again, just for those people who aren't necessarily as familiar as we are with Azamara. Azamara is a very much like a big cuddle of a cruise, of a small ship cruise, isn't it, with so much included?
Oh, I think that's a really nice way to put it. Yeah, it is. It's a big cuddle of a cruise, you know. It's small ship cruising, right into the destination. Lovely, friendly, homely, home from home atmosphere on board. Just brings it all together nicely.
And so much included while you're on board as well.
Yeah, well, we call ourselves more inclusive rather than the AI all-inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, all your drinks, your tips, international beers, wines, spirits, all included from the minute you embark to the minute you get off the ship.
Sounds good. Because that helps with the budgeting as well, doesn't it, really?
I think it really does, because, you know, we've all got a budget no matter what, and it's nice to be able to go on a cruise and know that you're not going to be hit with, you know, a gratuities bill at the end or a big drinks bill.
Yeah, absolutely. And also there's a big thing in ocean cruising right now of the ship within a ship concept, where people pay a premium to go to an exclusive area of a larger ship and enjoy, you know, lots more than everybody else and the same as everybody else. Mm-hmm. But actually that takes that to a completely different level, does it? Because that's a 24-hour experience with Azamara.
Yeah, well,
then,
you are that exclusive. You have that exclusivity all the time,
Yeah.
you know, as soon as you get on the ship. So there's no special areas for certain guests. Everybody is equal and has an opportunity to enjoy all parts of the ship.
And it very much becomes a way of holidaying, isn't it? You kind of do it once and then that's it.
It's very
I've gotta
hard. I
carry
think
on
once you
doing
do it once, Derek, it's really hard to move away from the likes of Azamara, and especially there's that slight addiction to the small ship cruising and
Yeah.
getting in and being able to see all these ports. And there's just something great about waking up somewhere different every day.
Absolutely.
Which you get the
And you do it often as well. And just remind me how many years you've been flying the flag for Azamara?
I have been flying the flag for Azamara for 11 years, just over 11 years now.
There you go, you see. And actually, Nicola and I were just talking before the cameras went on, and we were talking about how people move around in travel an awful lot because it's a very fast-moving business. But when you love something, you love something. And I could cut you open right now and Azamara would be right the way through, wouldn't it? So let's dive in and have a look. We're getting a little taste right now of the kind of things that you can enjoy on board. And we have for this show a real true mix, I think, of what you will find are amazing choices to enjoy this boutique cruising as well. This December, we'll be heading to the Eastern Caribbean for a pre-Christmas treat. Wow, you don't need to ask me twice for that one. And for next year, we have 2 September luxury breaks, one to the Greek Isles and another to deep dive into Croatia and Montenegro, as well as another pre-Christmas getaway to the Mediterranean and Egypt for next December. Yeah, everybody's interested in going to that part of the world. We'll start though with a fascinating trip around Africa from the Canaries. Now, this is really interesting because we've also added a safari twist to this as well. This is for the 2nd of December, getting back just before, I'm not allowed to say that yet, am I? Christmas. We're going to fly you out first, though, to a place you can always rely on for warmth and winter sunshine, Las Palmas on Gran Canaria, to join Azamara journey for the next 18 incredible nights. Good place to start, isn't it, the Canaries?
Great place to start, not too far away either.
And you see that yellow thing in the sky when you get there.
Yeah, that's always a bonus.
It does help, doesn't it? And it's great. It's always great to fly straight to the heart of the action, isn't it? It's nice to fly straight to somewhere warm.
That's it, and that's what we all want at that time of year.
And what is there awaiting us on Azamara journey to treat us? Tempt me.
Oh, well, as soon as you embark, you're going to be greeted with a glass of champagne, taken to your stateroom, and as soon as you get on there, as I said before, you've got your drinks and everything included from the minute you embark to the minute you disembark. Now, the really lovely thing about Azamara Journey and all of the Azamara ships, they're pretty much identical. So I know this one we're talking about is Azamara Journey, but it really doesn't matter what one of the 4 ships you're on.
So if you love one, then you love them all.
Yeah, exactly. It's all down to where we're going. It's all down to the destination.
It's good to know because actually you do go to so many different parts of the world as well.
Yeah, I mean, the way I always look at it, Derek, I mean, it doesn't always work exactly like this, but the way I always look at it is, if you can imagine, each one of the 4 ships starts in a different corner of the globe. And they weave their way into the centre, Europe. All meet. We have a sisters meet event in the summer every year in Europe, where all 4 ships get together.
Nice.
And then they weave off in different directions again. So we've got the whole globe covered.
I bet that's a party and a half. And I tell you what, this is a journey and a half as well, isn't it? Good job it's the Azamara journey, really, because it couldn't be any more perfect for a fascinating journey in a part of the world that actually more cruise lines are kind of heading towards, because actually this is about discovering what feels like new parts of the world, especially in the cruise world. It's amazing. So remember, you're setting sail out of Las Palmas in Gran Canaria. We've got a couple of days at sea, and then we're on the west coast of Africa in Dakar, in Senegal. You can visit the Rose Lake here, see the pink hues here, take the amazing photos. There's one of them that you can see on your screen right now. Take a boat to Ngor Island with sandy beaches as well. Then we have a full day in Banjul in the Gambia. Now, we port in at 6:30 in the morning and don't leave until early evening, and you can visit the historic Kunta Kinte Island here, learn about its colourful story over the years on a tour. It's UNESCO World Heritage as well. 5 days at sea, we are across to St Helena, to Jamestown, a lovely full day here. Fascinating island in the South Atlantic. Napoleon was exiled here, so there's lots of history to learn about, and there's Jacob's Ladder, which is a lot of steps, nearly 700. 3 days at sea, we are now in Namibia in Walvis Bay. We're here for an overnight, so we arrive very early in the morning, day one, and we leave in the afternoon in day two. So you've got a couple of days there to see and explore. You can see some of the sites that we're seeing here. There's a 4x4 tour to Sandwich Harbour with the sand dunes meet the Atlantic. You can whiz around there and see all the sites. And there's incredible wildlife in this part of the world as well. As I say, these are wonderful parts to go and explore. Staying in Namibia, next we're in Luderitz. There's a spooky tour here to a deserted diamond mining town. I wonder if you can take your pick and see if any diamonds left in there. Has a wonderful history from a gold rush era, which you can explore if you want to, or go on a penguin and marine cruise. Day at sea, we are in Cape Town in South Africa. Now that, alas, is where our Azamara journey ends, but we are staying here for a 2-night hotel stay, and our wonderful team at Cruise1st have managed to shoehorn in for you, included in the price, a game drive safari as well. And some of South Africa's oldest game reserves are very close by to Cape Town as well. So that will either be early in the morning or late at night, because that is the time to safari, because that's when the animals are out to play, which is fantastic. What a journey that is. I mean, just look at that on the map right now and you think, wow, that is a very different cruise. You may have taken 30, 40, 50, 60 cruises, 100 cruises over the years, and I bet you've never seen an itinerary like that. It's incredible, and a lot of people want to travel to this part of the world because, you know what, there's been many parts of the world that we've cruised to over the years that, you know, have been very, very different. And actually, it feels like the right time for this part of the world, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's becoming more and more popular.
Very meaningful.
More and more popular, this Western Africa cruise. And I think the fact that it starts quite close by in Gran Canaria. And sails all down the western coast. And then you end up in the most beautiful place, Cape Town.
Cape Town, yeah.
Can't beat it. And onto your wonderful safari as well, which is just amazing. I've done that myself, actually. I've done the safaris down that neck of the woods, and what an experience. But you're right in saying there's certain times that you've got more of a chance of seeing the big five. Yeah,
it's an earlier morning alarm call, I'm afraid, for that one. Can I just draw your attention to this price tag here? And Nicola, we need to discuss this. I mean, we are talking about very much a premium product cruise here with lots of inclusions, our drinks included. We're talking less than 700 passengers on board. We're talking a long itinerary here as well with so much included. We fly you to Gran Canaria for that. You've then got the fantastic cruise on Azamara Journey, which is 18 nights on board. 18 nights, which is, let's just call it what it is, all-inclusive from start to finish. Let's call it that. I know we talk about more inclusive with Azamara, but your drinks are included. And so much more beyond that as well. And these dreamy destinations. We end in Cape Town. We've got the 2 nights in a hotel there and a safari experience at a price tag which, on a regular ocean cruise on one of the big cruise lines, wouldn't get you this length of itinerary, wouldn't get you this variety. And I'm not playing one set of cruise lines off against the other. They're all amazing. But look at where we are here on a ship with less than 700 passengers. And bear in mind, this is just before Christmas, at a time of year where the weather will be absolutely amazing from start to finish, because as soon as you land in Las Palmas in Gran Canaria, I'm going to pretty much guarantee you, I'm no Thomas Schaffernacker, but I'm going to pretty much guarantee, one, it'll be a lot warmer than the UK, and two, possibly the sun will be out, very possibly. And then you join Azamara Journey for your fabulous 18-night boutique cruise from the Canaries to the west of Africa, into the South Atlantic, into St Helena, onto South Africa, enjoying amazing service, dining, drinks, cultural events. We haven't even got on to that yet. As amazing evenings, we'll talk about that as well as we go on. Amazing facilities and times to be had on board. Cruise ends in Cape Town in South Africa. As I said, we've included that 2-night hotel stay and a game drive safari experience. And then, of course, we will fly you back from Cape Town back to the UK. You're welcome. A deposit today will secure your place. Here's an overview of everything that's included. You don't even need to think about this one, do you? I mean, Nicola, you and I both work in the travel industry. We've seen prices and we've seen how prices change and how they go over the years. We've got a good wide set of eyes. We know exactly what's going on out there in the cruising world. That is genuinely, and I know I say this all the time and it can sound very glib, but that's an incredible price. I want to say something stronger, but it's not the right time of the day.
I think nowadays, well, everyone's looking for value.
Yes.
Isn't it? It's value.
And I don't want to say bargain next to the word Azamara, but we have it there on our screens, don't we?
Yeah, it's the value, it's everything that comes along with the cruise, isn't it? It's everything that comes along with that, all the inclusions, not having to worry about anything when you got, as soon as you board that ship, everything's taken care of, you're well taken care of, you're looked after. It's easy.
Can I say to you as well, if you did want to add a stay on Gran Canaria, you can absolutely do that, not a problem. You can talk to our team. So if you want to add some nights in Gran Canaria before you sail, you can, no problem. And if you want more nights in Cape Town at the end of the cruise, again, we can tailor a holiday exactly the way you want it. We obviously have to give you a price tag, we have to put some parameters in place, but you can play around with those and we can cost them up for you, not a problem whatsoever. It's incredible. Nicola Singleton's with me from Azamara Cruises, and actually a lot of people are cottoning on to the fact, I think people always used to think, okay, if I want a luxury cruise, well, first I've got to win the lottery. So until I do that, there's no point in looking. And actually, we were talking about that comparison between doing a higher grade experience on a 6,000-7,000 passenger ship and then doing the drinks and the other stuff that you include. And then you look at those prices side by side and you think, oh, hello, the world's changed a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're becoming... I wouldn't say we're becoming less in price, but just more in value.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's the more the inclusions that you're getting. You're not having to add on drinks packages.
Yeah.
You're not having to add on certain additional things that you would have to do on some other bigger cruise lines.
Well, the funny thing seems to be that the price of everything around us has gone up so much.
Yeah.
You know, you and I could go out for a coffee somewhere, very ordinary, in the afternoon for a coffee and a couple of cakes and you know, come away 30 quid lighter.
Easy.
That never used to be the case. Never used to be the case. So when you think of the things that cost during your normal holiday day versus what's included here, it's crazy. And we'll talk about more of those cultural inclusions actually as we go on our next Azamara cruise, and we are heading to the Eastern Caribbean now, more inclusive, and we've got a Miami stay as well. Hallelujah. 13 nights, goes on the 10th of December, or starts then, and we'll fly you out to Miami for a 2-night hotel stay there. Of course, Miami will be decked up for Christmas.
Lovely.
Of course, it's pretty much decked up to Christmas by the end of November, isn't it? Because of Thanksgiving and everything. So it's party time, it's shopping time, isn't it, in Miami at this time of the year?
Great time.
A nice time of year to be there. If you want to just enjoy the beach, you can, but if you want the most crazy shopping, I would suggest an extra case probably needed for the way back. Anyway, let's do our cruise right now. We are 11 nights on Azamara Onward right now. And let's talk about the celebrations that happen on board. Let's talk about the things that maybe you would never expect to be part of a cruise like this.
Yeah, I think there's so many little surprises. I mean, if you've sailed with Azamara before, you probably know about the Amazing Evenings and destination celebrations. We have Amazing Evenings on and off the ship. But the destination celebrations and the little surprises that you get that we don't really talk about beforehand because we don't always know about them beforehand. We're
sometimes they're quite impromptu, aren't they?
Very impromptu. Yeah. It can be thought about the day before, to be put on the following day on the ship. Little surprises. I think last time I was on, I mentioned the Bordeaux example, where I was with my daughter.
Yes, tell anyone that hasn't heard that.
So I was on a Southampton to Lisbon cruise just September last year with my daughter. First stop Bordeaux. We were overnight in Bordeaux. Have breakfast in the morning, have a wee stroll onto the pool deck to then get off the ship and explore Bordeaux. And as we walk onto the pool deck, there is music and laughter and singing and a full-blown French market on the pool deck. you know, with baguettes and ham and cheese and accordions and music and wine. All of this just surprisingly there. Nobody knew this was going to happen.
And that is something that will stay with you forever. See, that's the thing, isn't it? It's the things that make memories, isn't it?
Yes. And to not know anything about it. You don't expect it. So there was a few surprises. There's always a few surprises on each of the cruises.
Awesome. And that's the kind of thing which is just really, really lovely. I mean, you know what to expect from the brochure. You're watching the brochure, in essence, right now. But when you get on board and things happen that are unexpected, that's brilliant. So we're doing our 11 nights out of Miami, a couple of days at sea. We're out in the Caribbean. We're in Charlotte Amalie, St. Thomas. So we are in basic paradise. I can give you ideas of things to do. I can give you ideas of excursions as we go through the different Caribbean islands, which are all very, very different, by the way. So when we arrive into St. John, for instance, we're there for the full day. You're not queuing a long time to get off the ship or back on the ship. You are literally porting in the best positions as well. And we're staying a long day as well, 8 in the morning until 6 in the evening, which is brilliant. Philipsburg, St. Martin. Now this, we have an Azamazing evening here as well. And I'm only going to tell you the title of it. I don't know if you know any more about it. A Night with the Soul Sisters. Listen, I don't know any more than that, but you are there for a full day as well. Basseterre is next in St. Kitts. Again, 12 hours in port in the Caribbean. It's really important. So if you want to go and do an excursion and spend some time on a beach, you haven't got to choose between the two, which is amazing. Next, we move on to St. John's in Antigua. You can fly high over Antigua on a 45-minute flight over the turquoise Caribbean Sea to see the Soufriere Hills volcano, which sounds pretty good. Then our final port is Tortola with Road Town there. You can take an escape to the Jos van Dijk tour here. You sail out, have some time to chill out on one of the world's top-ranked beaches and enjoy the waters and the cocktails. There's a famous one there called a painkiller. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Disclaimer. 2 days at sea, and then we arrive back into Miami and fly back to the UK. But there's going to the Caribbean, and there's going to the Caribbean, isn't there? Because there's going to the Caribbean and sort of seeing it very briefly. Okay, off the ship, on a coach, to a thing, back to the ship, off we go. And then there is a...
I think, again, just talking about the differences with Azamara and it's all, this is value as well. You get to spend so much longer in port. I mean, if you look, between the 4 ships that we've got, Derek, 80% of our time is spent in port and only 20% of the time is spent at sea.
That's staggering, isn't it?
You know, and just out of that 80%, and I know facts and figures here.
No, it's great to know.
Out of that 80%, nearly half of that, 49% of that, time in port is either a late night stay or an overnight stay or extended destination days, as we call them. So that means that you're maybe not leaving the port until 8, 9, 10, sometimes 11 o'clock at night, or you're overnight in port. So just as you say, there's none of this rushing off the ship, back on again, having to be back on at 3 in the afternoon to sail away. You're getting time to explore and also spend some time in the Caribbean on those lovely white sandy beaches.
Well, plus, and I say this all the time, and I know it doesn't really occur to people until I say it, and then they say cheeky boy. But if you tell the average Brit, okay, back on the ship by 4, they'll be back on by 2. Because that's us. That's what we do. We don't want to be late. We don't want to miss it. So with this, you don't have that kind of anxiety or pressure, not having someone always watching. You know, there's always one of you in the party, isn't there? Always clock watching. Anyway, how about a bit of a pre-Christmas Caribbean treat? Sounds lovely, doesn't it? This includes your flight from the UK out to Miami, a 2-night hotel stay there, Christmas shopping, I'm thinking there. Did he say Christmas? Yeah. This is December. And then 11 nights of Caribbean 5-star small ship cruising in style with Azamara, with select drinks included, amazing service, longer days in port to enjoy, fabulous dining, entertainment, the Azamazing evening in St. Martin included as well. A night with the Soul Sisters, yes please. And then we end the cruise back in Miami and fly back to the UK, landing back on Christmas Eve. The reason I tell you that is you might want to talk to the team about staying in the States over Christmas. Theme parks are open, shops are open. You know, why not? You could stay a little bit longer and put Christmas off just that little bit extra. Wonderful price on screen again. I have to say, it is ridiculous. We have a low deposit, which you can lock this price tag in today as well. It is crazy because when you, again, remind ourselves of what's included here across this package, and I am stunned. I mean, the first time we did one of these shows together, I was looking at the numbers, because you always give the numbers a side eye. You always think, right, okay, well, if you say the word luxury these days, instantly you think tens of thousands.
Yep.
So we've got that out of the way straight away. What are you not telling me? Well, nothing really. Actually, we're not even telling you everything.
That's what I was about to say.
We're
not
almost
telling you enough.
under promising, and you will be over delivering on board.
That's it. I mean, just the little differences as well that you get on board. Obviously, you've mentioned the As Amazing Evenings, we've mentioned the destination celebrations, but all the other little things that are included as well, your drinks, your tips, your little surprises, the longer time spent in port, and all these extra little, like, for example, let's talk about the Caribbean.
Yeah.
When we're docked in these small islands, our food and beverage team will be off the ship. They'll be sourcing local delicacies, bringing them on, incorporating them into the menu that night. So there's all these other just wee surprises here and there that really make your cruise just...
And it is those things that just make the biggest difference, isn't it? Listen, that package, by the way, the Eastern Caribbean cruise, it's available on other dates across the winter from October to January, and also next winter as well, so next November through to early in 2027. Obviously, the price varies by date, so talk to the team. 0800 953 4701 is our telephone number. Now, Jane Archer will be casting her eye over Azamara very, very soon and sharing her experience, and I just know, I've spoken to Jane many times, she loves it. Wait until you find out what Jane has to say. But listen, the last time Nicola was here, we talked about a very similar itinerary to the one that we're talking about now, which is going to the Med and to Egypt as well. We're doing such a lot on this 12-night opportunity. This is for the 10th of December next year, and we fly you first from the UK out to Athens in Greece, and we've got a 2-night hotel stay there. I think Athens is brilliant, isn't it? It's funny, I had 2 or 3 places on the top list to go away just for a few days for a city break, and Athens was in the top 3. I didn't quite make going Istanbul this time, but Athens I really want to see, but I want to see it for 2 reasons: history, and also nothing to do with history. I want to dive in, I want to enjoy the food, I want to see the sights. Just looks an amazing place. You've got a couple of nights there, and then we're on board Azamara onward, and we join her in Piraeus. We're talking 7.5 miles away from one to the other, because some people think, okay, I'm staying there, but I'm cruising from there. How far away is it? 7.5 miles away, easy to get to, and you've got 10 nights on board. Let's talk about accommodation.
Yep.
Let's talk about accommodation, because I get the big cuddle in terms of all the extras culturally and the drinks and everything else, but what about when it comes to bedtime?
You know, I think our cabins are just absolutely spectacular. They're a real nice mix. The whole ship's a nice mix of kind of oldie worldly but contemporary design as well. So it's actually really easy picking a cabin in Azamara, because you have your inside, ocean view, balcony, and then to your entry-level suite. And your suites can go anything between a Club Continent suite, which is entry-level, and with some extra amenities are included with that, right up to a spa suite, and then up to the Club World Owner suite and the top suites as well. But we don't have a million different classes to choose from, so it is very simple to be able to pick just whatever suits you and whatever suits your price
Everyone
cap.
likes the choice, don't they? Some people just say, right, you know what, I'm very, very happy on an inside. I know it will be absolutely wonderful. I know the bathroom will be spacious, wonderful, full of goodies. The bed will be a dream. I've got the TV there. I've got everything that I need, but I'm going to take the best deal there and make the most of it. And some people will be, no, darling, it has to be a balcony.
It is, and you know, I understand both from both points of view, because there's a lot of guests that go on board, and you know, you spend very little time in your stateroom a lot of the time, you know. So there's so much going on board, the entertainment, the different events going out throughout the day, the workshops. Obviously, we're in port as well a lot of the time, so most of us are off the ship
Absolutely. I get told off for saying that all the time. You don't spend a lot of time in your accommodation, but it's true. 10 nights. Here we go. Day at sea. We're in Alexandria in Egypt. We're here for an overnight as well. 2 full days, which is brilliant. So many excursion opportunities here. See the pyramids, the battlefield of El Alamein, the Greco-Roman Museum. You can see you'd want to do all of those things, and you have plenty of time. You arrive at 6 a.m. on day 1. You leave at 8 p.m. on day 2. Brilliant. 2 full days to do all the sights and the sounds that you want to. Use the Azamara excursion team as well to help you get the biggest adventures. Day at sea, we're in Heraklion. And this is beautiful. This is on Crete, of course, and you can travel to the Lasithi Plateau here and visit the Kera Monastery, enjoy the breathtaking views there, the gorges and the valleys, which are beautiful. You can do that 4x4 as well. Day at sea, we're in Valletta in Malta. I love Malta. I just love it. It's so charming, walkable. Just enjoy the little fishing villages, the beaches, wander the markets. So many opportunities there. Then we're in Sicily, in Catania. Catania is lovely, very nearby Mount Etna, who had a wee puff recently, I do believe, as well. Or you can head to Taormina, and Taormina is just the most idyllic place, and go and see the Greek theatre there. Final call into Naples. Naples is beautiful, lovely, charming tour here that includes a visit to a traditional lemon garden, sampling the products made from said Amalfi lemons like limoncello. Yes, absolutely. We finished the cruise in Civitavecchia, which is the port for Rome, of course, on the 22nd of December. Again, I'm marking the date because you might want to book a few nights in Rome with our team and maybe stay in Rome after Christmas and then come back to the UK. This is such a lovely tour. Such a wonderful way of doing it as well. That big cuddle from Azamara, providing everything you need, ideas, inspiration, excursions, drinks, service, small passenger number, that wonderful big cuddle just before Christmas. It's incredible. This is, remember, for next year, and this time we are immersing in absolutely the finest cruising experience, indulging in the culture, the history and the charm of Italy, Sicily, Malta, but most importantly, I think, on this one, Alexandria in Egypt as well, with 2 full days there. So lovely break. It includes your flights from the UK out to Athens, a 2-night hotel stay there, and then your boutique cruising experience on Azamara onward for 10 nights of sheer indulgence, cultural events, incredible enrichment, fine dining, select drinks included right the way through the cruise from when you step on to step off, amazing service, and small ship luxury as you enjoy just the incredible ports of call. As I say, the cruise ends in the port for Rome, and then you'll fly back from Rome. Deposit today again secures for you, and again I have to just pay attention to this price tag, and just $349 per person today as a deposit, because this is for next year. Take the offer now. That'll be sold out in a heartbeat. I can absolutely assure you. Here's the details of everything that's included. It's crazy. Do you know what? And I don't know, you won't have as many miles on the clock as I do, Nicola, I know. But I remember way back when I was smaller than I am now, I used to watch a show called Wish You Were Here with Judith Chalmers, and she would go to the most delicious parts of the world and, you know, show you all the things you could do in this, that and the other. And she would give you an example of the holiday prices, and then everyone would go, well, I'm glad I watched it on TV because I'll never get there for those kind of prices. Do you know what I mean? Nobody could ever afford it.
I do remember Wish You Were Here.
Oh,
actually.
it was great, wasn't it, Wish You Were Here? I kind of feel like the modern day Judith Chalmers here, because I really am. We are delivering really good news here. We're talking a high-end product, a lot of luxury, an incredible, incredible opportunity. But the price tag is just stunning. Listen, call our team right now. Do not delay. 0800 953 4701. And joining me now to talk more about the Azamara Cruises experience is leading UK cruise journalist Jane Archer. Jane, thanks so much for being with us again. So the Azamara difference then is sailing with fewer people, and it's much more about the destinations as well, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that is very much their ethos. You're talking about ships that hold around about 700 people, maybe a few less, but round about that number. And it's, as you say, it's about the destinations. It's about going to the smaller ports, the smaller harbours that their ships can get into. They stay overnight in a lot of places, or they stay late into the evening. And when I say late into the evening, I'm talking about 11 o'clock at night, or even maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. So you can really go out and you can have the experience of what those places are like after dark, because, you know, a place in the daytime is not the same as the place after dark. And when people come out and they go to the restaurants and they, you know, nightclubs come alive, etc., etc. So it's a whole different experience, and that's what Azamara is giving you.
Yeah, and again, it gives you that feeling a little bit more like you're kind of off the clock. Sometimes when you're on an excursion, you can feel everyone keeping half an eye on their when do we need to be back on board as well. And getting into the destinations, you know, almost you can miss great opportunities, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. That is so true, because, and I mean, I find I'm doing that myself. I'm all the time thinking, oh, I must think about the time. What is the time? I must make sure we get back again. Whereas if you know that the ship is staying until the wee small hours, I mean, I know that I'm not going to be staying out until the wee small hours, or till the following day, you know, you can relax, you can enjoy the time. And of course, if it's staying for 2 days, which a lot of the time it will do, or a day and a half, you can go and do more, you can see more, you can go to, I don't know, maybe go, if you're in Rome, for instance, you can go into Rome for a day, and then you can maybe go into the hills and see something else another time, and you get to see a lot more of the places that you want to go to, which is great.
And again, one of the real features with Azamara, of course, is they're now famous as amazing evening events as well, and they are very special, and they really kind of set them aside from the rest of the crowd, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and it's a really nice idea, because it is something that is complimentary. There's one on most of the cruises, and they take you to something, a really special event, something exclusive, something you are really probably never going to experience yourself. One that I did, for instance, was water jousting in France. I mean, who'd have thought that they do water jousting
How does
in
that
France?
work?
Well, you have two boats, and they come towards each other with a pole in the front, and a guy is there, and he hits the other one off. And it's great fun.
Oh, wow.
And it's also very cold if you get into that water.
Okay, yeah.
But no, it's fun. And as I say, other times it might be a classical concert that they'll take you to. It's something that you're, as I really said, you're not going to experience on your own.
And very much more for those people who really want to consider themselves as explorers as well, because you really are diving into the destinations with Azamara as well, aren't you?
Yes, exactly. And that's again what this small port experience is all about, because you are going to places really which are a bit more off the beaten track, the places where big ships can't reach. And so you are getting a whole different experience, and it's you are uncovering places that a lot of cruisers actually don't go to, which is really nice as well.
And a nice and relaxed pace of life on board as well. You know, you're not kind of necessarily overfaced by activity, because I think actually if you are diving into the destinations more, that does take a lot of your energy, doesn't it?
That's true. Yes. No, it's nice on board. It is relaxed, as you say. They have a white night on most of the cruises, where everybody dresses in white, and you have a buffet up on the sun deck, which is a lovely experience. Really, something a little bit different again. But as you say, there's no timetables to be keeping. Generally, there isn't any dress codes that you need to worry about. There's no times that you have to keep here to be at a particular time at any. It is relaxing. You can just enjoy, and then you're ready for the destinations, and the destination immersion is what it's all about.
And in your experience, would you say this was for quite a broad age range of passenger as well?
I would say probably for an older passenger, certainly not for families. Forget it really for families, unless of course you have children who are particularly interested in something that Azamara is doing. But no, it's not really a family line. It is for an older passenger, I would say well travelled. They want to explore new destinations. They want to get a better feel of the places that they're going to, rather than just sort of skimming the surface, which is what you tend to do on some of the bigger ships when you've only got, let's say, 5 hours in port or something like that.
Fantastic. Top tips as always. My thanks to Jane for her fascinating insights. Remember, when it comes to connecting you to your next luxury cruise journey, Cruise1st have the knowledge and the expertise to deliver the best.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
Absolutely, and it's great, you know, bringing this on screen. All of these, I mean, the whole of the Cruise1st luxury collections is all about having time to sit back, relax, take it all in, ask the questions. I'm asking all of the questions that I think would occur to you on these, trying to find out as much as I can. And don't forget, of course, behind me is our amazing travel concierge team as well on 0800 953 4701. So we still have an amazing discovery journey with Azamara in Croatia and Montenegro to come for next summer. But let's turn our attention to the amazing Greek Isles now for next September for 9 nights, flying first again out to Athens in Greece for a 2-night hotel stay first. You were just talking about a lovely little hotel that you enjoy going to just near the port, but Athens itself, is it quite hustle bustle and busy?
It's so you can go one way or the other in Athens.
Okay.
I think, you know, you can go right into the centre with the hustle and bustle, and obviously there's some great tourist attractions as well there to see. But you've also got the Athens Riviera, which not a lot of people don't talk about, and that's the beach area with the beach clubs,
Fantastic.
yachts, and very fancy but lovely.
Lovely. Okay, I need you to write a book on that. Right, now we are on to our cruise, Azamara onward. 7 nights, more inclusive, big cuddle, as we've said many, many times. Still all the fun stuff that we love about cruising as well. Games, trivia, entertainment of an evening, bit of bingo.
Absolutely, there's plenty going on board. If you've been there before and you maybe don't want to get off at that port this time, there's always stuff going on board. So although we're a smaller ship, we still offer everything that a big ship would offer, but just on a much smaller scale. And
again, you know, it's never playing one cruise line off against another, but the big important thing to focus on as well, and we've all been there. I mean, I know as British people we love a queue, but when it comes to being on holiday and we're waiting to get and see that port, we can see it, but we've got to stand and wait in a line and wait for Group W and all of that kind of stuff. You don't have any of that with Azamara.
None of that. I can guarantee there is none of that. There's no queuing on board, whether it's for dining, whether it's getting off the ship, getting back on the ship, even at check-in. It's such an easy process, all of it. And
that's what you want, isn't it? We're just seeing some of the food here, and I've just seen a chocolate fountain, which does look lovely. Tell me there are healthy options on board as well, because people always think, okay, well, you know, I'll walk on and I'll roll off.
No, you don't need to roll off, Derek. There's plenty of healthy options. And I have to say, we've got a very extensive vegan option on board as well.
Very good.
Which has had some amazing feedback.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Actually, a lot of people, you know, used to turn their nose up if they weren't vegan, and they're sort of trying bits and pieces, and now everyone's diving over to being vegan, aren't they? Right, so 7 nights out of Piraeus. Here we go around the Greek islands to Syros first. This is in the Cyclades island. You head into Hermopolis here, which is the capital city in Syros, which has lovely architecture. Just look at the view there. Sorry, I can tell you 1,000 things to do here, but just look at the view there. you would just want to have a little wander around there, wouldn't you? Patmos in the Dodecanese Islands, tiny little island, absolutely charming. It's won your heart, Nicola, I know. Absolutely beautiful. So much to see there as well. Have a little wander around the streets of Kora in Patmos town. Next to Marmaris in the southwest of Turkey. You might want to go and visit Cleopatra Island here, enjoy the beaches and the ancient ruins, or take a cruise of the Dalian River to the Lycian rock tombs there, or enjoy a mud bath. That'd be nice to do in Turkey, wouldn't it? Rhodes is next. This is the largest of the Dodecanese Islands. The Valley of the Butterflies is here, which is magical during the summer. You are indeed there during the summer as well, which is brilliant. The Acropolis of Lindos, of course, overlooks the sea, and you can enjoy the wonderful views. Agios Nikolaos is next, which is northeastern Crete. Short boat away is the Spinalonga Island as well, where the Archaeology Museum is there with lots of Roman artefacts. Nicola's nodding there. You've been there, have you?
No, but I've read a book about it.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Well, you've got to go. And you are going soon as well, aren't you? Santorini is next. Some wonderful places to consider in Santorini. It's called the Pompeii of the Aegean, and it's absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, we will end the cruise back in Athens and then fly back to the UK, or Piraeus, which is the port for Athens, and then fly back to the UK. So much to enjoy while you're on board as well. Remember, this is for September next year, because you might have this summer's plans already sorted. So we're talking now next year. Listen, I could be talking 2027 if you really want to get super advanced and super organised with your cruises. But you can book this right now with a low deposit. And this is a wonderful way of dipping into the Greek islands if maybe you've not been on a longer holiday to any of them, actually, because you get a nice little selection of different destinations here on a cruise adventure where you stay longer in lesser known ports, which is brilliant. You enjoy more time in those ports as well. There's no waiting to get on and off the ship. And you've got this wonderful small ship luxury cruise with so much included. So in our price, that's your flights out and back from Athens. You've got a 2-night hotel stay there before you cruise, and your week of more inclusive luxury cruising with Azamara around the stunning Greek islands for a price tag that, quite frankly, just, again, you look at that price tag and you think, okay, well, if I was doing a similar itinerary and spending less time in ports, waiting in longer queues to do shorter excursions, actually, with the amount of inclusions that are here as well, on top of that, it's just amazing. And honestly, it's that more select experience as well, isn't it? People pay for quality, but we're not talking about paying tens of thousands of pounds over the odds to enjoy this. We're talking about a price tag which really is a premium product. It's amazing. Let's remind you of everything that is included in this package price, which is stunning. Again, a low deposit today will put the plans in place for you. And I know you were saying about the Greek islands, and this part of the world is somewhere that's captured you, hasn't it?
It really has, and I'll go back time and time again. I've done 4 Greek island cruises. My last one, all with Azamara, my last one was my 4th one, and it was a 10-day cruise, 10-night cruise, 10 ports of call, that's what I should say, 10 ports of call. And even though I'd sailed the Greek islands with Azamara 3 times before, there were 6 ports of call that I'd never been to before. You know, so it doesn't, just because I'd done the Greek islands before, it doesn't mean I've seen all of the Greek islands.
And I guess they all have a different charm, don't they?
They all do. I mean, just we were talking about Patmos, and Patmos, I mean, sailing into that little place is probably one of my most favourite sailings ever. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
You really can't, it's almost like you can't believe the ship. And although we're a small ship, we seem big in that little tiny place, you know? So you actually can't believe that you can actually be as close as that and walk off the ship, because our aim is that our guests can walk off the ship and into the port towns, and that's exactly what we can do even in these small islands.
And that's what you want, really, isn't it? Because actually, yes, the journey is a pleasure, but when you want to get off the ship and you want to go and explore, you kind of want to be there.
You want it to be easy, don't you? You don't want to have to queue and go on a bus or a coach and then an hour's journey to get somewhere, and then a few hours there, an hour's journey back onto the ship. You really want to just make it easy, and that's
Yeah.
what it's like, really. You're just walking off the ship to the place that you're there to see.
And that's boutique without being, I mean, let's talk about formality or not. How does Azamara sit when it comes to formality?
Very relaxed.
Okay.
Very, very relaxed. I mean, there's no formal evenings on board, so
Right.
nice casual most of the time. There's a slight dress code for, you know, the main dining room, but nothing too extravagant. There's
Yeah.
no need for a dinner jacket and tie for the gents, for example.
Yeah.
So it's still very laid back. No set dining times.
Great.
I would say for dress on board, resort casual, you know, very just laid
Yeah.
back. Most of our guests get off. You know, every day we're in a different port, just about, or we're overnight in the same port, and you want to explore.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's get your trainers on, get some comfies on,
Yeah.
get out and explore those places you want to visit.
And I guess of an evening, even if I'm in the situation where I think, oh, actually, I'm not even sure that I can, I've been on my feet too much today, I'm not even sure if I can make it to the restaurant.
No, but there's room service.
Okay, perfect.
You know, or there's Windows Cafe, which is the buffet restaurant, which, you know, there's no dress code at all for that. You could, you know,
Lovely.
eat in your shorts if you want,
Lovely.
you know, that night.
I'll nip down in my gown.
Very, very, very relaxing.
Sneak in, sneak out in my
I have
gown.
to say, I know we might talk more about dining, but even, you know, in the Windows Cafe, Derek,
Yeah.
it is, even though it's a buffet restaurant,
Yeah.
it's still table service for drinks.
Oh, amazing.
Like
Yeah.
that. So it's not
Which
like
is
your
lovely.
typical buffet where you're having to find a seat.
Yeah.
Somebody wait there while the other person
Yeah.
goes and gets
Go and
them,
claim
you know,
it, don't you, like a
Yeah,
lounger?
you don't need to
Yeah, yeah.
claim your seat. There's always plenty of tables there, and it's table service for drinks as well.
Which is lovely, and with such a low passenger number as well, I guess, actually, if you are a frequent flyer going back there, that they'll know the drink that you like.
Oh, they definitely
It will
do.
just appear.
Yeah, it's always a good thing, that.
Amazing. Amazing. Right, let's take another journey then, shall we? Our final one, actually, in this show, if I can spit the words out. And we're heading off to Croatia and Montenegro next with a stay in Venice. Ooh, that sounds all right, doesn't it? This is for September next year as well, over 10 nights. I'm leaving on the 23rd, and we'll fly you over to Venice first for a one-night hotel stay. There's nowhere else like it on earth. You've got to stay there. And actually, what I would say to you is when you book this, which you will absolutely want to, make it 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights. Make it as many nights as you like. You will find 1,000 things to do in Venice. It's just, honestly, it's delectable. As is this beauty as well, because this is Azamara Quest. And I note straight away that we are actually sailing out of Venice, because that's a bit of a no-no for cruise these days, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's 2 ports that we use in Venice, Fusina and, what's the name of the other one?
The other one. Fusina is the one
No,
we're sailing
Fusina
out of.
and Chioggia. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Right. So very, very close to Venice, very easy access to Venice still as well,
Yeah.
and a lovely sail out too.
Incredible. I mean, oh, what a view. What a view.
Gorgeous.
As you sail out and set out on quite some journey as well. This is another one that's really kind of, stolen you, isn't it? Going to Croatia and Montenegro is a stunning set of destinations, actually.
Absolutely.
And again, they're getting busier, aren't they, these places, because the
More
larger
popular.
cruise ships are going there. So again, being longer, not waiting to get on and off. So if you want to get straight to King's Landing, then
Yeah.
you can,
Yes.
and you can go straight there. On board, though, I mean, I just love the fact that it's such a complete service, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there's you want for nothing when you're on board. Absolutely nothing. There's so many different choices for dining. As you said a minute ago, the crew will remember your drink from the first order, what your favourite is. You're literally
Amazing talent.
sitting down in your sun lounger if you choose to do that, and you know, a drink will appear, one of your favourite tipples will appear in front of you without even having to ask.
I know. It's a talent, isn't it? It's a talent few of us have, to be honest. We're always interested in our own drink rather than other people's, aren't we? But they are amazing, the crew on board. Let's see where this 9 nights take us then. Of course, we are sailing directly out of Venice. We're heading to Zadar in Croatia first. Again, a very full day there from 8 in the morning until 10 in the evening. You can discover the amazing history of maraschino here, which is a wonderful liqueur. Using the cherry, of course. Lovely, nice. Oh, you tried it, have you? Good, very good. Šibenik is next in Croatia. Again, a nice full day there. So you've got a chance to tour and explore if you want to. You've got the wonderful St. Nicholas Fortress there, for instance, that you can head to. There's the old town as well. Then we head into Split. That view there of Split is absolutely incredible, and you can enjoy that on a wonderful rafting experience as well if you want to. The national park for the waterfalls. Next we head to Korčula, again in Croatia. It's a little island off the coast actually. The old town is known as Little Dubrovnik. It looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks like something out of The Sound of Music, doesn't it? It looks amazing. Go and explore for the long day that you are there. Then we are into Dubrovnik, or King's Landing as people like to call it, from Game of Thrones of course, and you are there for the whole day as well. You get to explore it, you get to go and see the walls, walk the city, and you've got all the time in the world to do that as well. Next we go into Kotor in Montenegro, again a full day there as well. You can take a tour to see Kotor Bay by speedboat to the Blue Cave, and then go sunbathing to Fisherman's Village if you fancy that as well. Again, nothing's rushed here. Then you've got a lovely day at sea to just enjoy, lap up what you've done so far, and look forward to Hania in Crete. Again, a full day there. There's a cooking tour there at the Botanical Gardens where you can cook with local ingredients and enjoy all the wonderful views all in one. And then we cruise back in, or we cruise into Piraeus, which is the port for Athens. Of course, we started in Venice, we end in Athens. That opens up all kinds of possibilities as well for stays, which is brilliant. Lovely cultural and unusual journey, enjoying it in style, luxury, comfort, drinks included, so much more included as well. This is next September. A low deposit can secure this for you today. This includes your flight out to Venice, a one-night hotel stay there, and the wonderful, unusual pleasure of sailing directly out of Venice on Azamara Quest for 9 nights of sheer luxury as you sail right into the heart of wonderful destinations in Croatia, Montenegro and indeed Crete, enjoying the boutique cruising with longer stays in boutique ports and so much included as well. Cruise ends in the port for Athens and then you fly back to the UK. Again, with your inclusions here, I am staggered. A low deposit will secure this price tag for you today as well. I would take advantage of it. Lots of people do. Let's remind you of everything that's included. And I have to say to you that, Nicola, the reason you're back with us so soon, it was a matter of just weeks ago that you were here recording another show with some other offers, is because they kind of disappeared quite quickly. Yeah. It kind of moved rather quickly. I think showing it in words and pictures on TV, it kind of really does bring the experience to life. Again, I always go back to, and forgive me for doing this, but I feel it. I just feel that on behalf of our audience, you having been with Azamara for how many years now?
11.
11, and we've known each other most of those, all of those, probably all of those 11, in fact. And you are Azamara through and through. You not only work for Azamara, what is your official title?
Strategic Account Manager.
Thank you very much. See, we didn't need to know that. But the heart and soul of Nicola Singleton is Azamara, because you holiday Azamara as well. You don't just walk it, you talk it.
My partner, my friends, my family, we all cruise holiday with Azamara every year.
And was this before Azamara? Was this your type of holiday, or did you have your head turned to it?
No, this was not my type of holiday.
Okay.
In fact, I didn't think I would like cruise at all before I started working for Azamara. Of course, transformed, and I think as well, having been on bigger cruise ships, because there's various different reasons why I would have needed throughout the 11 years to go on bigger cruise ships for conferences, etc. I definitely, small ship cruising is for me. And
you've never had your head turned in all of that time, and nope. I think that's testament to the product that Azamara is as well. It's amazing. I love sitting here talking about it. I really do. And I know that heart and soul, the feedback is always, that's it. Azamara is now mine.
And it's not just me. I've been there 11 years. Yeah. But if you've got guests that have been sailing with us that long, because we have a lot of guests that have been sailing with us for even more than 11 years, they'll be going on our cruise ships. They'll be going on our beautiful ships and seeing the same crew that have been there since day one as well.
Absolutely. Nicola, our time is up again. You know what that means? You have to come back again.
Yeah,
As simple
happily.
as that. I'll see you in a few weeks. Thank you so much, as always. Honestly, I love talking about Azamara. I love hearing about it. And I know you love rating it as well, because it is a wonderful, wonderful experience. Listen, if our team can help you at all, call us right now on 0800 953 4701. And I know Nicola will be back again very, very soon so we can talk some more wonderful journeys with Azamara around the world. Thanks, as always, for your company. See you soon. Bye-bye.